All right, very well done, Math 121 students. You've done a good job so far. You've taken care of all the stuff in the Getting Started module. So you're used to emails, you're used to practice assignments, how to upload and convert them, working on a discussion board. Now it's time to review. Very, very important concept because math is a type of subject that requires a very good foundation before you can build new ideas. So we're going to spend the next week and a half up to our first test going over some items that you should be familiar with and reviewing. All right. I already kind of scared you straight a little bit by giving you a pre-test. And we're going to basically take a look at that. And I'm going to give you some videos and whatnot and more homework to do. So without any further ado, let me just kind of cut to the chase. All right. So here basically is our page, right? You guys, let me go to modules, are currently in the review module. All right. And so the review module, like all my modules, right, basically has an overview page, some videos, in this case, a homework set, and then a review discussion board, right? So let me go ahead and go to the overview page. That's where you guys are currently watching this video. And right below this video is a link to the pretest I gave you guys in class. So I encourage you to upload it again. See if things upload here. Come on. Upload your pretest. All right, there we go. And as you can see, there's basically what I gave you in class. So are you familiar with functions, or excuse me, fractions? Can you solve equations? All right, can you solve inequalities? Can you solve formulas? Can you work with lines? Are you familiar with equations of lines, et cetera, et cetera? All right, so that's what you saw. Hopefully, what I would ask you guys to do is now that you have more time, take some time to finish it on your own, right? But what I have done when we press next is I have some videos that actually walk you through all the problems, right? But before I show that, let me just remind you guys that I will not be doing a formal lecture over this material. I'm not going to create a new module for you of over fractions or the order of operations or how to solve equations, right? Because that's stuff you learn in a 114 or a 115 class. And we're, to do 121, that's your basic knowledge to build on. So you need to have it down. All right. I do have some more homework sets for you to do. Like I said, I am kind of still referencing some section numbers in the textbook, but you don't need the textbook. We'll test your ability to get all this stuff back on our first test on Thursday, August 29th. But if you struggle with the videos, if you struggle with the in-class conversations, if you struggle with the homework, right, that's a good indication that you're not ready for 121, and you might seriously think about dropping back to 115, well, Math 114 or 115, right? But without any further ado, right, if you press the next button in our module, right, what you'll have is all the videos. I'm literally walking you through all the problems that you just saw on your pretest. This is going to serve two purposes. One, it's going to help you with the problems that are on the pretest and get an answer key. And two, you're going to have a chance to listen to me talk and how I explain things and how I represent problems and do problems for you. This is a good indication of what your guided notes will be like in the future when you're watching videos and writing down your guided notes in our flipped classroom. So very good indication. If you like what you see, stick around. If you don't like what you see, if you don't like my presentation style, whatever, we might want to find you another class. All right. But the other thing I want to point out here is that if you do start playing one of the videos, right, as I mentioned to you guys, right, there's a little gear sign right here. If you press on that gear sign, you'll see the quality. Again, they're designed to be in HD or 1080, but sometimes they'll load in 360 and they'll be really blurry and choppy. So all you got to do is go to the gear sign, hit the quality, knock it back up to the 1080 HD, and you should be good to go. Right. So that should be your standing operating procedure throughout. But please make sure you watch all those videos. Make sure that your understanding is what you think your understanding was, because I'm literally walking you through all the problems and helping you solve them. All righty. If you press next, what will happen is now that you have kind of a general overview, we need to make sure that you truly had aha moments. So I basically have three homework sets for you, right? The first one deals with your number system, right? Fractions, order of operations. So there's about 50 some problems there where you do work on that. So that's what that homework set looks like. Please try doing this without a calculator. All our tests will be done without a calculator, and you have to get used to be showing your work, all right? Not just punching the right numbers, because the work is really important. So that's the first one. The second homework set deals with line equations, or excuse me, solving equations. Hopefully it'll load up here, yeah. Solving equations, solving formulas, right? Solving inequalities. Again, getting some really good practice there. It looks like there's about, again, another 50 problems to work on. And then last but not least, the last homework sets deals with slope and graphing, right? Line equations and whatnot. And again, there's roughly about 46, maybe 50 questions there. So lots and lots of things for you to practice and get things down. To help you out, what I've also done is I've uploaded the answer key, right? So there's all your answers to the R1, there's all your answers to the R2, and there's all your answers to the R3, all right? So basically I have all that stuff for you available. So you work at your own pace, but keep in mind, you want to bring your questions into class. You want to get prepared for our first test, which is on Thursday, August 29th, with regard to all this information. All right, so you don't have to turn any of this in, by the way. It's for your own good. If you would, you're making sure that you understand what's going on. Then last but not least, there's a review discussion board, right? On this discussion board, please post your questions, maybe something from the videos that makes sense. Maybe you're not quite understanding how an answer on the answer key came about. You need a little bit of assistance. So I'd encourage you, just like you did in your intro, snap a picture of where you're at, show us as much work as you can, pose your questions, and then I also encourage the rest of you to help out. You guys outnumber me, all right? And so if you read a classmate's question and you can answer it, or you have a build-on question from that, please reply and keep that conversation going. You'll be surprised just how smart you all are, all right? And then, of course, I'll swoop in and make sure the question is answered. I'll either do that on the discussion board, or I'll bring the conversation into class. Either way, you're going to get your questions answered. Because again, the idea is we want to make sure we have a solid foundation so we get all these ideas back so you can pass your test on Thursday, August 29th. And if you press next, what should happen is, yeah, you'll go to the next module, yeah, our first official module, but I'm not going to go there just yet, all right? Because I just want to go back over the overview page and reiterate the fact that during this week, right, of class, while we're doing our review, if you are struggling, you're not understanding the videos, you're not understanding your classmates' discussion points, the homework's not making sense, again, that's a really good indication you're in the wrong class. And it's painful to watch a student struggle in a class they're not ready for, right? So I encourage you, if you struggle, please think about going back to Math 114 or 115, all right? So other than that, let me stop sharing and you guys get to work, get your review done, bring your questions to class. I'll try to help you get all this stuff back and get you ready for our first test of the semester, which is Thursday, August 29th. All right? See you guys later.